It has been a site of frenetic industry, of violent murder, and of a wildlife resurgence. Across its 167-year history, the Great Northern Railway Warehouse has been through a lot, and in 2024, its days may be numbered. I aim to showcase its beauty and some of its history in this video. The warehouse was constructed in 1857 for the Great Northern Railway Company by local architect T.C. Hine. It's built in close proximity to the London Road station and the gasworks which were visible in these old aerial photographs. The station, which also still exists, can be seen in this shot. The station is no longer a station and now a leisure centre. This old photo is taken from the station looking towards the warehouse, visible on the left of the frame. The warehouse was originally built as a corn warehouse and incorporated the latest architectural innovations of its time, with a high roof supported by iron suspension rods to provide ample storage space for huge quantities of grain. This photo from the 1970s gives a good idea of what the building looked like when intact. Built using a mixture of red brick, white brick and ashlar limestone, it is a beautiful structure. Another example of how a functional industrial building can also be an opportunity for elegant architecture and design. I especially love the circular windows towards the western end of the building, which frame the view into the overgrown interior beautifully. The south front of the building once boasted 2 wooden sack hoists, of which now only the protruding metal girders remain. The interior at the west end has a large platform for loading and unloading rail wagons, and this runs through the full length of the building. Originally it had a hipped corrugated iron roof, though this is now gone. The warehouse was granted Grade 2 listed status towards the latter part of the 20th century. Subsequently, the building was sold by Nottingham City Council into private hands in the 1990s. Under the agreement, it would be restored. However, in 1998, after a series of arson attacks, a major fire destroyed the building even further. Here you can see the damage after the fire, before the cleanup. The west end lost its roof and the wooden grain hoists were removed, as well as the west end being completely gutted by a fire which destroyed the roof and all internal supporting structure. A gigantic scaffold was installed to support the weakened structure, and over the years a small woodland has grown in the western half of the building, walled off by the ruins. In 2000, the owner applied for permission to demolish the site, but was denied by Nottingham City Council. The site has not received any major repairs or work since this time. The site became a haven for intravenous drug users and other illicit activities, and even now the inside is littered with used hypodermic needles and other evidence of depravity. Things took a darker turn in 2005 when the bodies of 2 young women were discovered at the site. 18-year-old Katie Baxter and 26-year-old Zoe Pennick. These women were killed and buried in the grounds of the ruinous warehouses. They were both murdered within days of each other between the Christmas of 2004 and the following New Year. 2 men were tried and jailed for the killings in 2006, one of whom was also convicted of a 3rd murder in Nottingham. He boasted that he had been trying to become Nottingham's first serial killer. The killer was dubbed the Sneinton Strangler by local media. Inside, reports indicate that the structure is not doing well. Inside the overgrown interior, it is strangely enchanting and beautiful despite its dark and dirty history. I've no doubt there remains unseen relics of a bygone age tucked away within. As you can see in this video, the site is once again the scene of frenetic activity. Contractors are cleaning the surrounding area and presumably preparing it for redevelopment or demolition. While it is certainly an unsafe and unstable structure, it is home to a wide diversity of wildlife and plants, and the loss of history and biodiversity from its demolition would be regrettable. Various reports indicate the site could be used for the construction of student accommodation or a cultural scene. Either way, I hope that the site is preserved in some way, and that the site continues to honour its history and heritage. Thank you for listening to my video, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, let me know what you liked, and let me know if you've ever explored this location. I have been having some technical difficulties at my end, so I apologise for the dearth of content, though I am working on some exciting new videos.